Hey everyone, today we are talking about scaling your lawn care and landscape company in 2025. This is what so many people are always asking me about. They're asking me about how do we grow our company? And this is something we've been able to do really quickly here in Florida. You know, it took 10 years. It wasn't 10 years. It took 8 years to get to $1 million in Illinois, and it took us a year and a half to be able to do the same thing here in Florida because we are able to do the things we knew that would work and then just hit repeat. This was allowing us to shorten this time frame so much, and I want to share some of those things with you that have really worked for us, and some of those things we press really heavy and get you to where you can plug those directly into your business. So number one, focusing on digital presence. This is huge. When we came here, we already had a website ranking. We'd focused on that. We built out great copy on that website, and we'd driven all of our leads to everything to that website as the conduit for everything, so people can learn about us, they can get information about us, they can submit a quote form. And then besides all of that, then we branched out all the other pieces. That's the SEO piece. Then over here, we're going to maintain active social media platforms. Really, we focused on Facebook at first. Now we're starting to roll in Instagram heavier and heavier the past couple years. And we layer these pieces on, they all pour to this same place. Really, even our paper marketing, everything flows to your website. So just keep in mind, it's the conduit. But the other digital presence things is your Google My Business. This is huge. Google reviews have been massive in 2024 and 2025 so far. People hire us just based off of how many reviews we've got and how good they are. We've got 256, I think, as of shooting this, of mostly 5-star reviews. We're at a 4.8 score, and that's something that is the digital social proof of what we're doing as a company. It shows people that other people have been satisfied with our service and makes it easier to buy. And it improves your company's visibility in your given area. And that's something we've leveraged hard, and we realized that we weren't doing enough. We were always asking for reviews, but we weren't doing enough before, and we really wanted to keep stepping that up. And what we've integrated in 2024 that has really exploded our reviews, got us, I don't know, 100 to 150 in both locations, is we've implemented Applause. It is a third-party program that integrates with Service Autopilot, integrates with all the other softwares too, to text and ask for reviews, and it leverages people wanting to help people so you get more reviews. It says, hey, if you leave a review, we'll leave a tip on your behalf as the company. And so it's saying to all the clients, if you're happy, first it's going to do a net promoter score. If you're happy, then we're going to ask you, would you want to leave one of our clients or leave that employer happy with a tip? Well, if you leave us a review, we'll tip them for you. Right? And so people want to help people. That's a lot more meaningful than, hey, just leave us a review for the sake of leaving us a review. And that has driven our reviews to the moon. So check out Applause and check out the other third-party review, really collecting, promoting, and pushing softwares out there. Next, implementing some way to optimize your route. Like, there is so much lost time in not managing your labor. Labor to revenue, if you're in GROW Comm, you know it's something we talk about all the time. We're going to be talking about that here in this Friday's call. Is one of those things that's going to make sure you're profitable in your company. And a lot of that comes from optimizing your route. And to do that, you need some kind of software in place. We use Service Autopilot. It allows us to look at the whole map and organize it in a flow that makes sense, because you don't want to go to one end of the town, to the other end of town, to the other end of town. You want to sell and then fill the gaps and organize that in the most efficient route possible, because no one is making money or profits or driving anything to the company unless they are on site doing the labor. So if they're picking up materials, if they're just driving behind the window and doing a bunch of unneeded drive time, none of that is adding to the business's success. So that is massive to leverage that and then tie that together with GPS for your trucks. We use one-step GPS. If you just use the standard OBD2 plugin, I think it's $13 and some change per unit. You can look at everything on the truck. You can track them actively, and it is so awesome to be able to stay on top of that. And this allows you to track, manage, get more and more efficient all the time, and then see if there's any weird variances on your crews, because you can always compare going through a dispatch board on Service Autopilot or whatever your software is to your GPS to see if things match up. Now next, develop reoccurring revenue things in your business. If you are a landscaper, start integrating bed maintenance to once you get done with a project. No one is satisfied when they got rock and there's never supposed to be a weed in their bed. Well, there is, and that always happens. So educate them while you're selling the landscape that we offer bed maintenance. No matter if it's rock or mulch, you're going to need to maintain these beds and keep the weeds out of them. Weeds are a given. They come no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's a crack in the concrete or a barren area of dirt. There's gonna be weeds. And we offer bed maintenance, and then that can be a reoccurring package for your one-time service. And so you can build these reoccurring packages out on any type of things. If you install plants, it can be the trimming. If you install plants, it can be the fertilizer. If you install a landscape bed, it can be the bed maintenance for the weeds. There are so many different services that you can think of that even if you do a hunt, kill, and eat service like landscaping, you can also build in these reoccurring things that are smaller and consistently go all the time and will help you grow your company and will keep consistent revenue coming in from something. It might grow a lot slower, but it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Our bed maintenance, which is just maintaining landscape beds for weeds in Illinois, it was once like 5 clients. It was built out of people being frustrated from weeds in beds when we got done with the landscape. Now it's 2.5 weeks of one person going through beds because this service just grew and grew and grew, and it's hyper profitable as a service itself. Besides that, any kind of strategic partnerships that you can build in your company. I personally think of custom, not so much high-end custom home builders, but I think of like high-end custom remodelers, people that their clients would be ideal clients for you. Build partnerships, get to know those people, really spend time getting to know the other businesses in your operating area, because there's other people that will be working for people that have the exact same target audience as you. For us, when I say custom home builder, why that's our target audience is because, or custom home builder, or ideally a custom remodeler or high-end remodeler. Remodeling is not something that's covered under any type of insurance. It's something people are footing up the cash for and doing. That's where like a roofer isn't the best for us, because a lot of times insurance is covering a roof, and if insurance is covering a roof, they're just paying maybe the deductible or whatever the case may be, not paying for the whole thing. If someone wants something remodeled, they're paying for the whole thing with funds they have, and just like a landscape, it might be $20, $50, $60, $100,000. If they are qualified to purchase that, the chance they're qualified to purchase landscaping is much higher. So getting these strategic partnerships with people that would be referral partners, or you can push them work and they can push you work, only is a win-win for each other. So creating win-wins through working with other people is so huge. Finally, we got 2 more pieces here. One is going to be incentivizing your team, and that's creating incentive programs in different ways for your team to earn more money. And it's not purely just based on dollars per hour. It's based on, hey, maybe it's piece rate. You get this done in this amount of time, you still get this amount of dollars, right? Like, so even if it pays 5 hours, but you get it done in 4, you still get 5 hours worth of pay. Or we have incentive, like an hourly incentive, that if we drive a certain amount of revenue, no one shows up sick on that crew, everyone is on time, there's no callbacks, and our efficiency rating is correct, they can earn up to $3 to $5 an hour extra on top of their pay. We also have management commissions. We have all these different things to incentivize our team to make sure they see a clear path to how they can earn more money and how they can continue to be more and more successful in the company. And then on the back end, some of the other pieces we do, we add additional insight and training on how we want to continuously create a SOP about how we want things done. I'm thinking of buried gutter drains or landscaping strategies that allow us to be more and more effective, because our goal is to be able to get our teams to hit those incentives so they can make that additional money. But all of this drives efficiency as a company, and we want to drive a team of winners who are wanting to go out there and produce the best they possibly can to earn the most they possibly can. And it's always been one frustration for me when people have just started a company and they've got going and they're like, man, work hard, let's get this done, let's push through this, but there's no upside other than overtime. Incentives and commissions and things like that now give you an upside besides just go out there and work harder and maybe get a few more hours. You've actually got a way where you can make more money just by really putting your mind to the work and figuring out how can you be more efficient. And that's really, really been awesome. And I know that with us tying together quality as a metric, it's made sure that we're not just going really, really fast, but then doing a half-assed job. Now, finally, we talked about route optimization. But if you're really wanting to scale your company, that software, and this is where route optimization has really worked well on a lot of the softwares I've seen, but not as many of the softwares have won it where and why we've kept Service Autopilot. And that's for the CRM function, the client relationship management. And where Service Autopilot has won that for us has been through the communication with our clients and the client management, because we are able to do bulk marketing, bulk updates, minding the gap through automations. And we say mind the gap. That's the time you sell a landscape project to the time you start to produce it. If you take a deposit and then it's a month from now, this is the gap. A lot of people get frustrated in that gap when you don't keep up with them. And your excuse is just because you got too busy. Well, there are ways around that to make sure you're keeping those people on point and that they know what is going on. And with Service Autopilot, we're able to do that with automations. So we can really manage this relationship, automate all these different sequences and updates so people have follow-ups and they know exactly what's going on. Plus, it gives us metrics that we know about our growth. We're able to look at our source report, see where leads are coming from. We're able to use that data and then leverage into that even harder on the things that are producing correctly. We're able to do reports as we filter down that information and see what lead source and what is actually bringing like the high ticket people. Where are the high ticket people coming from a postcode report or area code, whatever the heck it's called, and then see the other metrics of, leads this week versus last week, see if we're trending up, see if we're trending down, see our closing rate, see all these different metrics so we can keep our finger right on top of the pulse of the business and really feel how things are going. So if you use these things in 2025 and you make sure you've got these things rocking and rolling, this is going to help you expand your company very, very aggressively and help you really skip some of that distance of not implementing the things that matter and really putting the pieces in play that are going to make the biggest difference for you to be successful. If this video has helped you, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, and share this with someone else you know that it will help. And then finally, list the one thing that you're going to do in 2025 that you feel like is the most important to grow your company.